1,750 inmates there tested positive. That's 75%. George Reagan's wife, Tabitha, says no visitors have been allowed at the prison for months, so she believes workers must have infected the inmates.
This was 100% their fault. COVID was brought in by their people. The FCI Seagoville staff was not properly trained on how to handle this epidemic.
Outbreaks like the one at Seagoville are happening across the country. More than 10,000 federal inmates infected or recovering. 110 are dead. According to Dr. Homer Venters, a correctional health expert who investigates COVID response in prisons, inmates are confined in crowded conditions, subject to exposure by staff that he believes are untrained or simply careless. And obviously the prisoners, the inmates who cannot leave the facility, are sitting ducks.
That's absolutely right. And many of them are at high risk for serious illness or death if and when they contract COVID-19.
And when prisons like Seagoville become infection hotspots, the staff who leave prison every day can be carrying more infection back into the communities where they live. Venters says at the very least, the most high-risk inmates need to be protected.
Many lives could be saved, and they still can be saved, if we can find people who are high risk and get them out.
Federal prisoners can apply for early release, and the Bureau of Prisons can also identify vulnerable inmates and release them under home confinement. It's happened to President Trump's former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, Trump's former personal attorney, Michael Cohen. Even the rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine was able to leave prison early during the pandemic. Critics say many, many more are being overlooked. George Reagan has a heart condition, according to his wife, who says he applied for compassionate release, was denied, even though he's scheduled to get out of prison in 4 months.
I 100% don't think that the federal government cares at all. Now we have 3 deaths in 1 month.
One of those deaths, James Giannetta, who asked his brother Russell to help him.
We were both concerned.
James Giannetta was 65, HIV positive, diabetic. They wrote the CDC, asked the prison, then the courts for compassionate release. It was just too late. James got infected, was hospitalized, and was soon saying goodbye to his brother via FaceTime.
He got into this business of, where to scatter his ashes and all that kind of stuff, which I said, I don't want to think about that. Let's think about surviving. Listen to the doctors.
He died July 16th. The Bureau of Prisons declined repeated requests for an interview. A spokesperson saying in a statement the agency has begun mass testing for COVID-19. Inmates are assessed for symptoms twice daily, and cloth face coverings were issued to all staff and inmates. But the low-security men's prison is now a cautionary tale for how quickly the coronavirus can ravage correctional facilities. Drew Griffin, CNN, Atlanta.
A jam-packed high school hallway, as students, many of whom are not wearing masks, change classes. Sophomore Hannah Waters took the photo and posted it on Twitter.
I took it out of mostly concern and nervousness after seeing the first day to school.
North Paulding High School in Dallas, Georgia, about 45 miles northwest of Atlanta, had its first day of school this week. While many schools in the country have or will have mandates for mask wearing, this one does not.
I was concerned for the safety of everyone in that building and everyone in the county.
After Hannah posted the picture, she was told she had been suspended for violating several parts of the school's code of conduct, only one of which she acknowledges breaking, violating students' privacy by taking a picture of them and posting it on social media. But she channels the late Georgia Congressman and civil rights hero, John Lewis.
I'd like to say that this is some good and necessary trouble, so I don't regret posting this because it needed to be said.
School officials have not responded to CNN, but in a letter to parents, the superintendent does admit there is no question that the photo does not look good. But he also says he believes the photo is being shown out of context to criticize the school's reopening efforts.